वादमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरूणाम् आकृतिं स्मरेतेन विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीं तनोतु नितराम् इतरानपेक्षम् अङ्घ्रिद्वयं निगमशाखिशिखाप्रवालं हैरम्बम् अम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिघ्नं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारधुरन्धरन्नः हरि ओम सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. Welcome to the Bhāvārtha session for the 15th shloka. So the 15th shloka, from 11 to 12th, so 11 to 13th, we saw the Purva Paksha Vada, and then from 14th onwards, we saw the Purva Paksha Khandana has just started. So now this shloka is going to be from the 14th one. We are expanding on that, why there is a flaw in that Purva Paksha Vada. So we are just continuing with it. विशुद्धविज्ञानविरोचनाञ्चिता विद्यात्मवृत्तिश्चरमेति भण्यते उदेति कर्माखिलकारकादिभिः निहन्ति विद्याखिलकारकादिकम् विशुद्धविज्ञानविरोचनाञ्चिता विद्यात्मवृत्तिश्चरमेति भण्यते उदेति कर्माखिलकारकादिभिः निहन्ति विद्याखिलकारकादिकम्. So here Vishuddha Vijnana Virochananchita. So one that has been arrived at through contemplation, through Shuddhikarana, Vishuddha, Virochana, Vijnana, through a scientific way, Anchita, the knowledge, the Anchita is Anchana, something that illuminates, like in that cartoons as they show, when they get an idea, there is a bulb, right? So like that. So the enlightenment happens like that. Even when we talk about Kundalini Shakti also, when the Mooladhara Chakra, it releases the energy, then there is a, it has to travel, and when it reaches the Sahasrara Chakra, the topmost chakra, then there is that illumination that happens. So that is the reason we find that all the depictions in any culture, when we take the enlightened men or the superior powers, higher powers, they all have that halo. So that halo. So Vishuddha Vijnana Virochana Anchita. So this, the knowledge, the pure light of knowledge that has arrived through Vishuddha, that is Shuddhikarana, Vijnana, that is a scientific manner, and then Virochana. So through all this process, when after we saw that in the previous shloka, it was a mention of the Vitarkavadins, and then there was in the end we said Dehabhimanad Abhivartate Kriya. That was the nature of Kriya. Then what is the nature of Vidya? Vidya Gatahang Krititah Prasidhyate. So Gata Ahankritaha Ahankritihi. So that aham ahankara ahankrititaha iti ahankaraha ahankara bhavaha aham bhavaha, that will be eliminated by jnana, that is vidya. In this we are expanding on that. When we arrive at true knowledge, when we observe or when we realize what true knowledge is, through the process, not just, it is not sudden, it is not something that happens without the sadhanas, it is not something that we get we can achieve in one single lifetime. So it takes time, and there is a buildup of that karma even in multiple lifetimes. So in Jataka tales, Bodhisattva is repeatedly mentioned in many life forms. So that way, that sadhanas, what we do towards attaining this true knowledge is always accumulated if we do it properly. But what is that proper way that is given in the Vedas? That methodology will be explained further when we talk about there is a mention of this text of Sri Rama Gita is a PhD level text. At least that's what it is described as, because this is not for the normal person who hasn't learned anything about Adhyatma Tattva. So what happens is there is a lot of mention about Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. There is mention of Taittiriya Shakha, and then many other things like this. And there are many concepts also that is mentioned over here. So that is the reason this requires a little more detailed approach to studying. Vishuddha Vijnana Virochananchita. That is the true knowledge, the true light of knowledge that is achieved through methodic, through scientific, through Shuddhikarana, through all these methods. That Vidyatma Vrittischcharameti Bhanyate. So Vidya Atma Vrittihi Charama iti Bhanyate. Chara, the last, final. So that Vidya, that light, the true knowledge, the true light of knowledge that one achieves through these processes, that is Vishuddhi, Vijnana, Virochana, achieved through that, that Vidya is the ultimate, final Atma Vrittihi, final thought of self. Bhanyate, iti bhanyate, called. So there, now we talked about what is the nature of Vidya in the previous shloka. Now there is an expansion of that. The knowledge that we are talking about, that it cannot be attained simply by anyone and everyone, and not by at will or anything like that. It takes a lot of methodical approach to it, and that is the reason that knowledge that is attained after enlightenment, that is the ultimate knowledge. That is the ultimate knowledge. So udeti karma khila karakadibhi, that knowledge, that is the ultimate knowledge that we get, that is called as the ultimate knowledge, the true knowledge. That karma, what does that knowledge do? It rises above all the karma karakas, and it demolishes all these karma karakas. There are different karma karakas. So in that different karma karakas, there are 5 karma karakas, probably see in the next session. So in what happens is, karma is caused due to certain karakas. Karaka karya bhava. So there are something that inspires certain action. So karma karakas. This what we are talking about, this true jnana, udeti, it raises above the karma akhila karakadi. It raises above this karma kila karakadivihi. And what does it do? Nihanti. It destroys. It destroys all these karakas, which means once the karakas have been destroyed, then obviously karma ichha gets destroyed. So what does Vidya do? Vidya destroys these akhila karakadikam. Nihanti Vidya akhila karakadikam. So what they are trying to say in this particular verse is that true knowledge that is illuminating in nature, which is realized through Vishuddha Vijnana Virochana, that is the ultimate, that Vidya is the ultimate Atma Vrittihi. That is the what we call as the ultimate knowledge. And that knowledge, once attained, what happens is it raises, it elevates us above the karma khila karakadihi. That means all the karakas that initiate, that prachodayat, that it provokes action, all that karakas, it raises above it, and that vidya destroys these karakas. So therefore, what happens when we are talking about the argument, the Purva Pakshavada was that these two are complementary. Now Rama is actually explaining, no, these are not complementary. These are actually mutually exclusive. If true knowledge goes, then karma, it is opposite to the karma karakas. That means it destroys the karma karakas. Attachment also it destroys. If attachment is not there, then karma ichha is not there. If karma ichha is not there, then karma doesn't happen. Then how can it be complementary? If we say karma is complementary to jnana, then I'm doing karma, I'm getting jnana, which is telling me not to do karma. Doesn't make any sense, right? So here, the first argument that these two can be complementary is being demolished by the nature of those karma and jnana. So vishuddha vijnana virochananchita vidyatma vrittischa charameti bhanyate उदेति कर्माखिल कारकादिभिः निहन्ति विद्याखिल काrakadikam. This is the 15th shloka, Bhāvārtha for the 15th shloka. With this, we'll end this session. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषा वो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।